I guess my question is, because you played against Kobe,
sure,
AI,
sure,
MJ,
sure.
Okay. So out of those three guys, out of those three dogs that you had to guard, which one was the toughest and why?
You know what? AI was. I did not want to get on an island with AI, man. Like we've seen when he crossed like that. He was scary. Like, look, I figured if I'm guarding Michael or Kobe, I got nothing to lose. They're gonna bust anybody's ass they play. You know, right? So I figured, hey, if I stop them a couple times out of 6 or 7 trips, I'm feeling really good. Right. So I didn't care. I didn't really care guarding Michael. Michael used to always just take me in the post.
Yeah.
So fine, you know what? Make your shake. If I get a hand up, that's all I can do. So it's not, you know, but when you're on, if you're at the top and you got AI and you see him getting ready for that cross, that was the worst. I played with Kobe, obviously, when I played for the Lakers. And, you know, every day in practice was game 7. Because he played behind Eddie Jones. He wasn't Kobe yet. He was still. He was Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
No one knew what we were going to see because he played behind Eddie. He only played about 18, 19 minutes a night that year. That was his second year.
Yep.
So he said, "JB, let's go every day in practice. Like I'm going at Eddie. Like there's nobody." And he would go at Eddie. Yeah. And you know Eddie is like, whatever, man. I'll be there. I'll be there at 7:30, man. You can do what you want at 10. 7:30 is when I come out and show. And I play with Eddie now in the pro tournament, and we laugh about it all the time. He goes, "I know, Kobe used to just try to kill me." But that was Kobe, man. I mean, like we play 1-on-1 after practice, and until I said I'm out of here, he would never leave.
No.
Right? He would never leave.
He ain't gonna be the first to say I'm done.
Right. And then I finally beat him one game, and I was like, "That's it. See ya. Peace out." Never played him again.
Smart.
That was it. I got lucky one time. I'm done.
So you got Kobe in his second year. What was your first impression of him when you walked into that locker room?
Just business, serious. He wanted to be better than Michael Jordan. Mm-hmm. That was his sole purpose as a basketball player, in my opinion. He would be on planes, and not only would he watch Michael Jordan highlights, he watched his interviews. He talked like him. Mm-hmm. A lot of his celebrations. Mm-hmm. It was all Michael. He talked like Mike. Like he wanted more than anything, I think, to get more than 6 titles, or at least match Mike's 6 titles. He wanted to be Michael Jordan, and he was the hardest working guy I've ever seen. Not even close.
I tell people this all the time about Shaq. You know, even though he dominated when he wanted to, you know, I said if Diesel had Kareem's mindset and attitude, he really would have destroyed this league. Diesel was nice. Mm-hmm. I'm serious. Diesel was a really nice guy. He didn't want to hurt nobody out there. He gonna dominate you, but Kareem wanted to kill your ass sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So if he had that same mentality, oh my God.
That would have been bad for the league.
Oh, it would have been
because he would have killed people.
Yeah, because again, he's getting fouled almost every play.
Sure.
And Shaq would just kind of play it off, right?
Oh, yeah.
There was times where Cap got fouled where he grabbed people and started grabbing their eyeballs and trying to he choking people, driving them to the ground, talking about I'm gonna scratch your eyeball. You know, if they switch places as far as Shaquille would have destroyed this league. And probably, and Kobe even said this, if Diesel worked as hard as he did, be the greatest player that ever played.
Yeah, look, you know what? When you're that big, I understand why you don't have the same work ethic. When think about him growing up, and like you don't have to big kids early. They don't have to work at it because it comes so easy. Mm-hmm. You know, and then until people catch up with you, which they never really did, Shaq, you know what I'm saying? But like guys that mature early, and I played against some great high school players that were already 6'4" and already 220 pounds and already were shaving. And I was, I didn't have hair on my nuts at the time, you know, and I'm like playing, you know, but I'm going to catch them. I'm a late bloomer.
Yeah.
And then I ran into those guys later in time, and like they were way better than me then. Mm-hmm. But then when I caught it, and then we met up when I got to be 21, 22, and they were the same, and it was not a problem. So like big guys, it just becomes too easy for them, and so the work ethic, they don't have to work as hard to have success.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get in your mind to say that, right? I mean, Like, why do you got to work on anything? All you're just completely dominating whoever you're playing. And I think that's what happens with guys that maybe mature early or bigger or stronger, that they don't have the same work ethic as, you know, like I had to have an out-of-body experience every night to be good on the NBA. No, I did. Like, I mean, I'm not as athletic as everybody I played against basically every night. And that's what I had to do. And, you know, so I can be proud of that I hung around for 14 years, and, you know, naked pictures of GMs helps to stay in the league.
Did you bring any?
You don't want to see them if I had them.
The NBA too soft today?
Yeah, it is what it is. That's the way the game's played. The 3 ball has become so prominent that the analytics say so. You know, I personally am not really, on board with that. I mean, if you have a 3-on-1 break, we were taught run the side and then you run right to the rim, and you should score every time.
Yep, get a layup or get fouled or something.
Now they run out to the 3 and they take open 3s. So if I had 10 of those 3-on-1s, and if I took 10 layups, that's 20 points. If you run out to the corners, okay, you got to make 7 of those 10 to get 21 points. Mm-hmm. So what do you think's more likely to happen? I say 10 for 10 gives me 20. I don't think you're going to make 7 out of 10. Wide open 3s in the corner on the break.
70%. Not happening.
Right?
No.
I mean, you got to make.
I was about to say, you ain't making 50%.
So I'll take the 20 points. That should be automatic.
Yeah.
So, different things like that. But I understand but I think you have too many guys that shoot them that shouldn't be. Like Antoine Walker started that. Like Antoine Walker back in Boston he shot like 27% and he took like 12 a game. At some point, and that's the way Boston plays right now, which is kind of funny.
That's
I'm sitting there watching them. They're what, 11 for 49 or something. Yeah. It's like, I get it, that's your style, but
it was it was 60 for 180 for the last. So
they were 33% for the last couple of 3 games.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 33% equals 50. I understand, right? That's
equals 50.
Three. If you shoot 33 from 3, it's like going 3 for 6. 2 for 6 is the same as 3 for 6 from 2.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Right. So that's the crux of what they say is like, well, if I make 2 out of 6 of those, it's the same thing as going 3 for 6 from 2.
Right.
But that puts bad mojo in the game when you just keep missing and missing and missing. 3s aren't as easy as people think, right? I mean,
even open ones.
Yeah, they were hard. Yeah. Look, when we played, I remember I looked up 1986. I think you guys played Boston or so. I just looked up one game randomly. You know how many 3s were taken in that game? There were 7 3s taken in the game. Coop took 5 of them. I think he had 1 and Larry Bird took 1. It's like,
it's crazy.
That's what they're shooting in the quarter now.
Yeah.
If not more.
Yeah. I mean, Steph takes 14 or 15 himself.
Yeah.
So, no, I'm not saying the guys are soft. It's the way the game's called, the way it's played. That's just the way it is. But it's frustrating to watch when we're like, is that a flagrant? And you're just going, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
that's a flagrant. When Kurt Rambis got clotheslined by Kevin McHale, like how long would Kevin McHale be out of that's a 10-game suspension minimum.
You're going to say 7-game suspension.
And I don't even think there was a technical foul.
No, it wasn't. It was just a foul.
Just a foul.
Bench is cleared.
Just Kersey be like, get up.
Yeah, bench is cleared. Everybody broke it all up. Kirk went to the free throw line, shot free throws. Kevin McHale stayed in the game. We kept playing.
Okay.
It was simple as that.
So look, I get it now. Like it's like NFL protects the quarterbacks. You can't breathe on them.
Yeah,
that's their money makers. They need them healthy. So maybe it's the same thing. NBA. We don't want any physicality. We can't afford to have these guys get hurt, even though they don't play every night for no reason. So we got to protect them too.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Okay. You know what, JB? Top 5 shooters in your mind. Give me your opinion, because I know you. Because again, you know shooters.
Okay, off the dribble or
no, like just top 5 shooters. You can categorize it any way you want, but the top 5 shooters of all time NBA.
That's just so difficult. I mean, I'll start with Steph.
Okay,
you've got to. I mean,
okay,
and I would just put him off the dribble shooter. There's clear cut the best. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's so many standstill shooters that were ridiculous. Mm-hmm. His dad was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Dell Curry was an unbelievable. Look, I got to go with Mully, Chris Mullin.
Chris Mullin, yes.
I mean, I don't think a lot of Mully
listen,
could
Chris was a bad boy.
What?
Chris Mullin was a bad man.
Wasn't he? He could just flat out shoot. God, there's just a zillion. I mean, Kevin Durant is an unbelievable shooter. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Steve Nash was an unbelievable shooter.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Reggie Miller was an incredible shooter. I mean, Ray Allen, an incredible shooter.
You had one that you played with in Sacramento.
Peja Stojakovic was a hell of a shooter. I mean, Jeff Hornacek was a hell of a shooter.
Yeah.
Dan Marley turned into
pretty damn good shooter.
Pretty damn good shooter. I mean, I don't think he's in that category, but I mean, you go back to like Joe Hassett and I mean Purvis Short and these dudes.
No, I mean, that's a long list of
there's so many
great guys. Yeah.
Right. Devin Booker, I think. JJ Redick was a hell of a shooter. You know, if you're talking just straight form, that'd be a guy I'd say, hey, watch that. He's, I mean, perfection, you know.
JB, can I give you a different top 5 that I want you to take a stab at? And we've never done this one before. Since you played with Kobe and Shaq still says they're the best duo ever in the history of the NBA. Can you give me a top?
Of course he does.
Can you give me a top 5 best duo?
Well, certainly they're right there. I think, you know, Larry Bird, I don't know who you put him with. McHale. Kevin McHale, to me, is one of the most underrated power forwards in the game. I sat with Michael Jordan at an All-Star game and at his house, or we were at Mike Wilbon's house. And so we just had it, and we had him talking, which is great because Mike goes, yeah, keep it going. He never does this. So we were saying top power forwards ever. And I said Kevin McHale. And he said, I agree. Like the best power forward. Now, maybe this is pre-Duncan. You know, Duncan was kind of just getting started.
Yeah.
But he said Kevin McHale was a monster, and you know that.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I mean,
you couldn't stop him. I mean, that's why we traded for Michael Thompson, because Michael Thompson played with him in college, knew him better than anybody.
Is that right?
And guarded him better than anybody I've seen.
Yeah, Kevin was he was nasty.
Okay. Give me 3 other ones. Did you run into some in Utah?
Yeah, I mean, Stockton and Malone, of course. I mean, those guys were ridiculous for sure. Michael and anybody you want to.
We'll say Scotty. Yeah, we'll say Scotty with Michael.
Michael and Scotty, of course. Yeah. You know, but I'm saying you could say Craig Hodges and Michael, and you're good. I'm not just saying Craig, you shoot. But, you know,
give me
like
one
me
more.
and McGrady, we combined for 71 points one night. He had 62 and I had 9. It was a hell of a night.
That's great.
My brother Drew was GP's rookie in Seattle. My brother played for a couple of years. And he said he had to buy him like a Cavassier every day.
Really?
Cavassier and donuts every morning.
Breakfast of champions.
I hope he wasn't hitting the Cavassier in the morning, but I don't know.
That's
Gary was wild, bro.
Yeah, Gary was wild. All right, JB, I want you to because you played with this young man that we lost way too soon, Kobe Bean Bryant, who we love. Give us one of your favorite Kobe Bean Bryant stories.
Well, I mean, just the everyday of Game 7 practice. I mean, just the work ethic and, you know, being on the plane and watching Michael Jordan highlights, and he tried to emulate it. I mean, he wanted to emulate him. He wanted to be him. He wanted to be better than him. That was his drive. I never saw Kobe. Like, I never saw Kobe on the road one time outside of the bus to the hotel.
Right.
He didn't do anything. Man, he's just go in his room, and I never, ever, ever saw him out for that full season, ever. I mean, he was that driven to get where he wanted to go. So I've never seen the drive and desire of somebody like he's along with Michael Jordan, and I know John Smoltz very well, and him are the 3 most competitive guys that I think I've ever been around.
Wow.
Yeah, he was maniacal. He that's all he wanted to do was just play hoops
and be the best.
And be the best. He wanted to be the best.
Yeah.
So he's mad that he didn't get to that 6th title. I know he was mad.
Hey, if him and Shaq could have stayed, he would have got more than that.
It's a shame that
I'm
happened.
telling you, yeah. If him and Shaq would have stayed together, 6 would have been. They would have got 6 easy. It was more of if they could have got 8 or 9.
He had 3. They had 3 together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he got 2 with Powell.
Yep.
And
Shaq got one with D.
And Shaq
Wade.
got Wade with 06
Yeah.
in Miami. Yeah, you know, and that kind of happened in Chicago too. They just broke it up for whatever the reason, ego or this or that. I don't understand. Like, the object's to win. Like, at some point, you got to be men and get together and be like, okay,
put all this other shit to the side. Yeah, let's.
You want to win?
So he mentioned Shaq's a nice guy, but Shaq was also a jokester, we've heard some doozies from some of the guests throughout the years. Do you have any Shaq stories?
Well, so Portland, J.R. Ryder, we were in the playoffs, and J.R. was standing right in front of our bench, and I think Dell was yelling like, "Hey, get over here, get over here," and I'm like, "Nah, leave him alone. He hadn't made nothing all night." And so they got a dead ball or something. And he turned around and he went like this to me, like, "Hey, white boy," or something like this. And Shaq stood up in between us and he goes, "That's my white boy." He said, "Turn your ass around." So that was my good Shaq story. Yeah, he had my back.
What was harder, JB, back in the day? Because you worked as when your basketball career was over, you know, obviously translated into broadcasting, you know, ESPN, ABC. So what was harder when you started doing broadcasting? Was it harder to break down film and all that stuff, or was it harder to hit like a clutch 3 back in the day for a game winner?
Oh no, broadcasting was easy. I mean, you know, we just talk about what we know. You came to ESPN for a minute when I was there, and you know, you talk about what you know and your experiences, and you know, I learned from some great directors and producers that I got a chance to be with, and the one thing they always say is, "Tell me why something happened," and that's when I watch now, and I wish they just do a better job. Tell me why something happened. If you're broadcasting, you don't need to tell me what I just watched. Tell me why that happened. You know, if Steph Curry comes off a screen and he knocks down a 30-foot shot, and you just go, "Oh wow, well, you know, great shot there from Steph." Well, I just watched it. Tell me why. Like, what did he do? He shoved his guy off, and look how he uses the screen, and he gets close to the screener so that guy's got no room to get through. Like, you got to give me a nugget that you're not going to see, you know? Yeah. And so tell me why. It's like, I get in conversations with people all the time. It's like, you know, Tony Romo does football, and it's like, he predicts plays. And I said, okay, fine. But tell me why it happened. I don't want you to predict the play. I want you to tell me why it happened. Why'd they throw to the tight end? Because they were 2 deep safeties and blah, blah, blah. And this, you know, but just predicting, like, we could all sit there and predict the play. Yeah. But that don't ruin the game. Like, I want to watch and see it happen, and then you tell me why it happened.
Yeah,
so
we could all predict it and be like Charles Barkley and be wrong 95% of the time.
Exactly.
But you know, you can still predict it. I love you, Chuck. I love you, but still, you're wrong 90. Most of the time, when the playoffs start and he make a prediction on this team winning, I go opposite. I just want you to know. I just go opposite.
You do that in college too? Because he does it for college too.
I do it in college too. I just go opposite.
Oh, his bracket. If you just,
his bracket was so tore up after the first week, it was unbelievable, right?
Yeah, you flip it all the way to the other side.
I agree with you as far as that when it comes to broadcasting. Not only why, but tell me how. You know, I kind of like that when you tell me why it happened, but also show me how it happened.
Sure.
You know, which to me makes you a much better broadcaster, because now you're talking to the audience. You got to understand that they don't have the basketball IQ that you have because you played the game and you've been there so long. So break it down to them and let them know why and how this happened.
Isn't that why the network hires you anyway?
Yeah, most of the time.
No.
For your IQ?
No, most of the time they hire you because you are popular.
If you have a big name.
Yeah, that's right. You're popular, or you might have a name that can attract some people. But if you know the game, that's just an added nugget.
Yeah, no, I think if it's the NBA Finals and I'm doing it, or the greatest broadcaster ever, they're still going to watch.
Yeah.
I'm not bringing in any viewers, and I'm not detracting any viewers. I don't think. Like, you're going to watch, you're going to watch.
Yeah.
So you just want someone good. Like, I love college football, and I watch college. You know, there's guys that I never even heard of in their career or anything, but they're really good broadcasters. Yeah. So I don't really. It doesn't matter to me. I know he played the sport, though. Number one, you gotta. I think you've got to play it. You got to have experience and been in the locker room and be there at halftime and understand what it takes every day to get to where you're going to be. So I don't care who you are, but you have to have experienced it. And if you're good, you're good. You can enhance the game, but you can also really ruin the game if I know you're not prepared.
Yeah.
If you're not prepared and you don't know the league and you don't know what you're watching, it can be a detriment to the game.
Exactly.
Yeah.